Hi, and welcome back to our next session in the Social Security Maximization course, a Yields for You retirement readiness course. In today's video, we're going to be discussing survivor benefits, ex-spousal benefits, the impact of divorce and remarriage, and some interesting filing strategies you may not be aware of. For those of you who don't already know who I am Leibel Sternbach. I am the founder of YieldsForYou.com. We are a financial consulting firm. We specialize in helping people transition into and through retirement. Unlike traditional financial service firms, we don't sell products and we're not looking to charge management fees on your investments. We provide straight up financial planning and consulting services. We manage your entire net worth, including the debt and equity in your home, your credit cards, investment accounts, Social Security, and pension benefits. We are part of the XY Planning Network, a growing network of fiduciary financial planners who firmly believe that in order for any financial plan to be successful, it needs to include every aspect of your financial lives and that our advice needs to be as unbiased as possible. As such, we work to eliminate as many conflicts of interest as possible, such as commissions and fees, so that you know that our recommendations are purely in your best interest and not based on the revenue we might be making on the back end. As I mentioned in our last video, there are 3 parts to this course. There is the theoretical knowledge that we're going to go over in these videos. There is the maximization analysis and the one-on-one strategy session, where we take the theoretical and figure out how to turn it into practical strategies for yourself and your loved ones. All right, let's get started. What are survivor benefits? This should not be confused with the survivorship benefit, which is a one-time $255 one-time check from Social Security that's supposed to somehow cover the cost of a funeral. No. Survivor benefits is what the surviving spouse of a person who was receiving Social Security gets after one spouse dies. I.e., after one spouse dies, the surviving spouse is entitled to 50% of their spouse's benefits, whether they were receiving them or not. Now, survivor benefits is a bit like retirement income benefits, but it has some more flexibility, so pay attention. Like retirement income benefits, you can claim benefits, but the earliest filing age has been moved up to age 60, so that is a plus. On the flip side, if you remarry before age 60, you forfeit your survivor benefits as long as you're married. So if you're going to get remarried, maybe wait until after age 60, unless your new spouse has a higher benefit than your old spouse. But something to consider is those 2 years from age 60 to 62, or until your new spouse will be claiming benefits. Just something that goes into consideration. Another plus is that the deemed filing rule does not apply to survivor benefits. Sort of, kind of like everything the government does, there are lots of exceptions. But for the most part, you can choose to file for benefits under your work record or under your survivor benefits, which means that you can claim survivor benefits while allowing your personal retirement benefits to earn those delayed retirement credits and accrue to their ideal value. So when we look at filing options for a surviving spouse, you're going to want to consider how much you will receive in benefits by starting survivorship benefits early and delaying your personal retirement benefits, or vice versa, taking your benefits early and waiting until retirement age to take your survivor benefits. Of course, if you're already receiving Social Security benefits, this might not be an option for you. And the Social Security Administration will automatically switch you to the benefit that provides the highest payout. Depending on how long you've been claiming benefits, you may be able to use the reset or do-over strategies, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. Divorce. We don't like to talk about that nasty D word. It seems like the sexual revolution has come back again, though this time they're calling it the Great Divorce Revolution. If you are one of those people fortunate or unfortunate enough to find yourself as an ex-spouse, know that you may be entitled to Social Security benefits under your ex's work history, even if you never worked. Let me repeat that. Even if you personally never worked and you personally are not entitled to Social Security benefits under your work history, If you were married to somebody who is entitled to benefits, you may be able to claim benefits under their work history. As an ex-spouse, you are entitled to 50% of your spouse's primary insurance amount or full retirement benefit, regardless of when your spouse actually files for benefits. And unlike spousal benefits, your ex-spouse does not need to claim benefits in order for you to claim your ex-spousal benefits. In order to qualify for ex-spousal benefits, you need three things. A, you need to have been married for at least 10 years. B, you need to have reached age 62 for a living spouse, age 60 for an ex-spouse, for a deceased spouse. And C, you need to be unmarried at the time that you file for benefits. And like retirement income benefits, you're only entitled to the difference between your benefits and your ex-spousal benefits. So if your retirement income benefits are greater than the ex-spousal benefit, then you won't receive a bump in your benefits. Just another one of those ways that Congress is secretly reducing our benefits without making it look like they're reducing benefits. Anywho, moving on. Let's talk about the fun stuff. Up until now, we've been talking about all the different retirement income benefits you can be entitled to, how they are calculated. Now let's talk about some interesting ways we can claim those benefits. Numero uno, the lump sum strategy. A popular magazine that shall remain unmentioned, but rhymes with tool, has a clickbait ad all over the internet that says, discover this little secret that people are using to get $16,000 in additional benefits from Social Security. Of course, there are no secrets when it comes to Social Security. In fact, the Social Security Administration sets up their callers, their agents who are answering the phone. They give them a week of training and then put them on the phone and tell them to find out the answers on their website, right? So, everything is out there, right? There are no secrets when it comes to Social Security. Right? However, the $16,000 benefit that they're talking about, what they're actually referring to is this lump sum strategy. The upside of the strategy is that you can get a one-time check for up to 6 months worth of retirement benefits, which can be a lot of money and can really help you out financially if done properly. I don't think the strategy is for everyone, and probably for most people it isn't the right decision. But in your particular situation, it might be the right option. It's something that is definitely worth discussing, right? However, like everything in life, there are downsides. The government is going to give you something isn't going to give you something for free. There is always a cost. In this case, they're exchanging that one-time benefit of a lump sum payment for a reduction in lifetime benefits. So the government's going to win out on this one over the long run, except for those few situations where it actually makes sense for you to take this lump sum benefit, which is something that we would talk about in our one-on-one strategy session. Essentially, the government is going to allow you to go back in time and request a retirement date that is up to 6 months earlier. And since you actually retired 6 months ago, they now owe you back pay for those 6 months, which they're going to send to you as a single payment, right? So you're not getting something for free. You're just going back in time. They're letting you go back in time and claim those benefits. Of course, since you've now gone back in time and retired 6 months ago, they're going to recalculate your benefits to reflect the reduced amount you would have received if you had retired at an earlier date, right? So essentially think about it as they're allowing you to backdate your application after you filed for it. Of course, this time travel is only available after you reach full retirement age. So it's something to keep in mind, right? It's only after you've achieved full retirement age that you can go back and do this. So you're essentially giving up your deferred retirement credit for up to 6 months to be able to get that lump sum payment because you really need the money for whatever reason, right? Or maybe it makes more sense for you to have retired early because you did that analysis and that's what's best for you now. Speaking of time travel, just like Congress allows you to retroactively claim early benefits, they also allow you to retroactively disclaim benefits. Or in other words, they allow you to reset your benefits or have a do-over, right? In order to utilize your one-time do-over, you need to have made the request within the first 12 months of filing for benefits, right? And you need to repay all the benefits you and your spouse have received, right? While we're on the topic of repayment, something that is really important to note If the Social Security Administration makes a mistake and sends you too much money, or they send you a check that you should not have received, or direct deposits them into your account, do not spend that money. If you do, you will be liable to repay it all back. Every now and then, you'll see headlines in the paper about some old lady, usually a teacher or other former public servant, where they have to pay back huge amounts of money to Social Security or the pension. In our next video, we'll talk a little bit more about those scenarios, but just know that unlike in Monopoly, when the government makes a mistake, it isn't bank error in your favor. The government is going to get their due regardless of who's at fault. Hopefully it doesn't happen to you, but if it does, at least you'll be prepared and you'll know not to spend that money. Okay, before we wrap it up today, I did want to show you one thing. In addition to the lump sum and the do-over strategies, we do have your traditional early versus late filing options. The chart you are looking at is generated by one of our softwares. It shows the various filing strategies and their impact on lifetime benefits. The darker green the box, the more the benefit. The software will automatically determine the theoretical best year to file benefits. However, as you can see by the colors, there are many points that provide similar benefits but at different ages. So when we consider filing strategies, we want to not only consider the dollar value of your benefits, but how much of those benefits will you be able to keep and how much of an impact it will have on your savings and lifestyle, right? There is a reduction if you are still working and claiming benefits, and up to 85% of your Social Security can be taxed, right? So just because you got this theoretical benefit doesn't mean you're actually going to have, it's going to actually translate to money in your pocket. As part of your Social Security maximization analysis and the one-on-one strategy session, we generate a report like this and we explore the various scenarios and how they impact your income, savings, taxes, and retirement lifestyle. In our next video, we're going to discuss the 5 ways the government can reduce your Social Security benefits and what you can do to minimize that impact. We're also going to discuss Medicare and the annual cost of living adjustments, or COLA, and how they impact your filing strategies. Until then, if you have any questions, or if there's anything I could do, don't hesitate to text or email me at 516-400-4795. Again, that number is 516-400-4795. Or email us at team@yieldsforyou.com. Have a great day, and remember, knowledge is power. Don't be afraid to ask the hard questions. Get the information you need to be able to retire with confidence and peace of mind. You only retire once. Get it right the first time.